Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy. It's a pleasure. It's an honor to be out here in nature this early morning and can hear the chirping of the birds and where I can see the rising of the sun this morning, knowing that the sun is the giver of all life and that we all need the sun because the sun is what powers the earth. And anything that the sun shines upon, it brings forth in abundance. That's the reason why I want to speak to you concerning how to manifest, how to bring forth, and how to prove that imagination creates reality, and that your thought is what is basically creating your reality, and that you can create your reality consciously if you look inwardly to discover your true identity. And when you discover your true identity, you discover your true divinity. So with that being said, I want to take you into the scriptures and share the scriptures with you, but I will not be sharing the scriptures the way that the religious televangelists and religious believers do. I'm going to share the Bible with you from a spiritual standpoint, teaching you all about the mind and how to use the science of the mind of which the Bible speaks of. So in other words, I'm saying to you that the Bible is a book of science, mind science. Okay? Therefore, my teaching is this. The Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. The Bible is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history, for it was written symbolically. And the original language of the Bible was not a language whereby you utter words from your mouth audibly like I am speaking. It has been a message of symbology. And only those who could have interpreted the symbols were able to speak the language. That's the reason why I'm going to go now into the Bible and teach you how to speak the language by teaching you how to interpret the Bible psychologically, knowing that all these stories are written parabolically. So they are parables and they are all allegories. Okay? Even in Galatians 4:24 tells you that it's all allegory. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to use the mirror technique to manifest whatever is your desire. And before I take you into the practical thing that you must do at home, I want to go through the scriptures and teach you a very important lesson concerning looking in the mirror and then going away. Okay? Now I'm going to read from James. I'm trying to get the chapter. What's the chapter there?
James chapter 1, 21 to 27.
Okay, good. So we're going to read from James chapter 1, 21 to 27. I'm going to take it verse by verse. And as it's been read, I would expound on it and break it down for you. And then afterwards, I'm going to show you how to use the mirror technique to manifest your desire. So go ahead.
Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls.
So then it's teaching you here how you should think. Because it is teaching you that it's your thinking or your thoughts that is creating your reality. And that if you are mixed up in superfluity, that you will bring forth naughtiness, which means you will be kept in a place of mediocrity because you do not know yourself, you do not know who you are. You'll be kept in a place of limitation because you become superficial. So the word superfluity is teaching you about being superficial. So it's telling you you're not supposed to be superficial. And you're not supposed to be filthy. And being filthy, it means that you're thinking negatively. It means that you do not know that you have a power inside of you and that you can use that power to bring value to all of humanity. So it's teaching you that there's a way to think, and there's a way that you should not think, because you will get a result that will not be uplifting to yourself and to humanity. So it says here, and receive. So it's telling you, instead of being on the negative side, that you must get on the positive side by saying to you that you must receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your soul. Now, if it is telling you that you must receive the engrafted word with meekness that is able to save your soul, then there must be someone who is bringing this message or this truth, this word to you. For it is said in the Bible that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word. And how can they hear without a preacher? Now, when it says a preacher, it is not speaking about a church minister. It is not speaking about a religious hierarchy system, such as what they have set up in Rome. When you talk about a preacher here, it is speaking about a messenger or a witness. One who's speaking from experience, not one who's speaking from theory, not one who's trying to con you from not discovering your identity, but one that will point you to look within yourself. And when someone comes to you pointing you to look within yourself, he's not trying to rob you of anything. Instead, he's trying to teach you how you can discover the greatness that is within you. So if you reject that, that's your choice. And that is why there is a sin of blasphemy. And the sin of blasphemy is your own self-doubt. Because when you doubt yourself, there's no one in this world could save you. There's nothing anyone in this world could say to you to help you when you doubt yourself, when you don't believe in yourself. So when a person believes in a God outside of themselves, or believe in a man that existed 2,000 years ago, and they realize it's just a symbol of the power that is within themselves that can create all things it is talking about, how could you help such a person? Such a person will remain a wretched man. So yes, my brother and my sisters, someone have to bring the word. And when you hear the word and it resonates with you, I'm reminding you that it says that you, when you hear the truth, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So it means the truth does bring a certain result to you. And I'm teaching the message of self-realization. So if you don't want to realize yourself and come to know your true identity, and to come to your self-knowledge, your self-revelation, to know who you are, who could help you? No one else could help you. So he's saying here, you must receive the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls. So we all have a soul, which means we all have an inner man. So there's one who's going to teach you how to use the inside man to save yourself. So it means to save yourself from sickness, save yourself from poverty, save yourself from mediocrity, save yourself from everything that will keep you down. Because the system has been set up to keep you down, to believe that there are other people in this world that is higher than you. But the Pope in the Vatican do not higher than you. The Queen in England isn't higher than you. There's only one mind, but just different arrangement of the same mind. So the rich man, the poor man, the beggar man, the thief is one mind, but different arrangement of the mind. So if a man decide to rearrange his mind and rearrange his thinking, he get different results. And that is what we are teaching people to do, by teaching them to get rid of their ego, get rid of the things that they think they know, and accept the message of self-realization and start to look within and start to monitor their thoughts, and they would realize that it is your thoughts that is creating your reality. Therefore, if you want to change your condition, it's all up to you. All you have to do is look inwardly. Okay, so read on the next verse.
But be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
So it is saying, when this one come to bring this message to you, that you should receive in meekness, which is in the humbleness of heart, Which means if you're going to receive it with humbleness of heart, it means you have to accept the correction because it is coming to correct you. Because it can't put you right if it's not correcting you. So it's going to teach you that if you want to change your lifestyle, you have to change your thinking, so it's going to correct you. So it's like you're receiving a whipping. That is real love, because genuine love is corrective. For example, if you have a child and you want your child to do good in this life, and you see they're going the wrong way, you're going to correct them. You're not gonna spare the rod and spoil the child. You're going to correct the child because you love the child.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the same thing. So he say, you must be not just a hearer, which means don't just think to yourself, these words, they sound good. These words sound helpful. But if you never apply them, they won't work. Many people normally use the term where they say that knowledge is power. But that is a half-truth. Because you can get all the knowledge in this world unless you apply the knowledge. It is not power. It's only when you apply the knowledge becomes wisdom, because you put it in action. And everything in this world that was made, it was made because there was first a thought or an idea, then there's action put to it, and then you get the manifestation. So when many people talk about God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, the three in one, they fail to realize that the creative power it is talking about of thoughts, action, and manifestation.
Yeah.
So that's why many people not discovering that they themselves, they are the creator. They are creating their reality. And if they will change their thinking, they will change their life or their lifestyle, and they can live a life of happiness. So you have to become a doer of the word. And if I'm telling you have to become a doer of the word, it means, as I would have said before, there have to be some messenger bringing this word to you. Okay, would have already have the experience. They're not more than you, they're just a step ahead of you. Okay, that's all. So when preachers try to make you believe that they're more than you and they have some sort of special powers, and God has talked to them to talk to you, don't believe that kind of foolishness. Because all of us have God in us. But there are some of us who will awake before the other. And we are here to just say, brother, I just awake before you, and all I just do, I'm just pointing you in the way. You can accept, I can reject. Because we are all one. Nobody has no power over the other. Okay? Yeah. But it's like the hand and the foot. The foot need the hand, the hand need the foot, the eye need the mouth need the nose, and so on. So you say, be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own self. You see, if you're just a hearer alone, you'll be deceiving yourself. So it means your only enemy is yourself. And your greatest friend is yourself. That's why you have to begin with first loving yourself, accepting yourself. So read on.
For if any be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
Good. So he's teaching you here that you'll be able to a reflection of yourself. And he's teaching you here that the reflection of yourself is your real self. Is your spiritual self. So he's saying here now, I want to bring a message to you to show you the reflection of yourself. He's coming as a mirror to show you yourself, so you must be able to accept yourself and have self-love, knowing exactly who you are. But it's saying here that when you behold your reflection in the mirror, you have to accept and embrace that that is your reflection, and that's the invisible man you're beholding there. So you have a physical man and you have a spiritual man, and many people stand before a mirror, a glass, a mirror, same thing, right? And behold themselves and fail to realize that they're beholding the image and likeness of God. They fail to realize that the body, the physical body, is the expression of the soul. And the soul is the spiritual body, or the invisible body. So you have an invisible body and a visible body. So the outward visible, right, that's the visible expression. And the inner man, that's the invisible. Okay? So you are going away from the invisible, not knowing that you are a spirit having a human experience. Read on.
For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
So you see in yourself and fail to recognize yourself. Many people fail to realize that the name of God is I am. I am that I am. Which means I am whatever I believe myself to be, for as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And you can never say I am and not referring to yourself. How could you say I am and referring to someone else? So when you hear and you say I am the way, the truth, and the life, how could you say that and give it to a Jesus Christ who exists 2,000 years ago? It means you are robbing yourself. It means you are disempowering yourself. You're taking your power that you have and you're giving it away to an idol. You're giving it away to history. It's, as a matter of fact, to secular history. Not believing in yourself. So that in itself is self-doubt. So you're doubting all of your power just by calling a certain name and seeing that as a man who existed 2,000 years ago or a man outside of yourself. And it doesn't matter whether you believe the man was white or you believe the man was Jewish. As long as you believe in the power outside of yourself and you believe in the power within yourself, you lose the battle. Yes, so that's what it's telling you here. Concerning beholding yourself and walking away and forget what manner of man you are. So you won't put nothing in action. You just become an empty hearer and not a doer. And when we look around us, we see the religious minds. Year after year after year, they're going through the same programs and the same rituals, and there are no changes in their life. They are being kept in mediocrity, and many of them, they're afraid to become rich. Because they believe if they become rich, they will lose their relationship with the outside God. They will lose their relationship with their idol, their paper Jesus. As my sister would normally say. Piece of paper. The piece of paper. So they're afraid to get all of these riches, and they allow other people to come and take the riches from us. Right from before us. And they use the educational system also to brainwash us. So they could take all our wealth from us by we giving our wealth over to them. By not honoring our higher self. Not believing in our own self. Not looking in the mirror and seeing our own image. And accepting our image of greatness. So read on.
But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed.
So he's showing you here, if you want to be blessed, this is how you have to go about receiving a blessing. You have to look into the perfect law of liberty, which is the law of freedom, the law of emancipation, the law whereby you have to free yourself by breaking all mental slavery. So you have to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And no other person could help you to free your mind. Only you alone can free your mind from mental slavery. That's what is teaching you here. So whenever you behold yourself in the mirror, by truth coming to you, for you to see your right self, you have to accept yourself. You have to accept the truth. You have to see yourself in the right image and likeness. And that right image and likeness is the image and likeness of the Creator. You have to see God in man. You have to see yourself as the only begotten Son. Because out of millions of sperm, you was the one that was chosen. You know, many people believe that Jesus Christ, a man 2,000 years ago, was the only begotten Son and the only chosen one. And fail to realize that it is speaking about them. It's their own biography that you was chosen out of millions of sperm for a purpose. And if you say this, oh, that's the reason why you have a different fingerprint from everybody else. Because you come here to do a work and you have to discover that work, and you're taking what you're supposed to discover and do in this world, and you're giving it to an idol and living in idolatry and talking about some man who existed 2,000 years ago and he's going to come back for you.
Yes.
It's time for people to wake up and realize that they are going against themselves. When they do that, they are desecrating the name of I am.
Yep.
So when you say I am broke, you say I'm poor. When you say I don't have this, I don't have that, you're desecrating the name of God.
That's right.
That's why you've been told, let the weak say what? I am strong. Let the poor say what? I am rich. Don't allow the things around you to tell you that you're not rich.
That's right.
Don't allow the preachers and the politicians and the teachers in school tell you you're not rich.
That's right.
And that you need a certain amount of education. Don't you know that the bench and the book and the pencil and the pen, they were first imagined?
That's right.
They were first a thought?
Yes.
And imagination is one of your mental faculties. Your intuition is another mental faculty. Your will is another mental faculty. Your reasoning, your memory, your perception. No one could give those things to you. You can't get them in school. You're born with them.
That's right.
You take all of these things and put them together, and that's what we call common sense. So not until you put all these senses together and use them and master them, you really have common sense. So when I tell people they're mentally retarded, many people get offended for me telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Because when our people believe that the Bible is literal and that the Bible is secular history, and some man existed 2,000 years ago who died on a literal cross for them, and he gone and he gonna come back for them, and they can't do the works that he do because it's not literal, but it is psychological. And you tell them that they're mentally retarded because they've been programmed, they get angry with you.
Yes.
But you have to tell them the truth.
Yes.
So, read on, my sister.
If any man among you seems to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain.
Go on. So you say if I have a man don't want to bridle his tongue, right? And he just want to talk. And he want to live just by talking alone. That's what I'm telling you. A man just speaking from theory.
Yeah.
Like many preachers go to the Bible cemetery. Oh no, sorry.
No.
Like Reverend Ike.
No, cemetery is right.
What they call it, the seminary. Like Reverend Ike with all them, the cemetery. Then he says sorry, no. You understand? Or to the Bible school.
Yes.
The seminary and the Bible school. And believe that they could come and teach you of the invisible when they themselves have never became invisible.
That's right.
If I did not experience what it means to be invisible and understand myself being one with the wind, I became one with the wind, I would not be here teaching you.
Yes.
And some people can't take that kind of teaching of a man saying that.
Yes.
I remember I was speaking to a Christian man. I told him when I was 17 years of age, I was given the coat of many colors. And the coat of many colors is the rainbow, and I have a rainbow around me. He laughed me to scorn. He said, only God have a rainbow around him. I said, but I am he.
Yeah, I am God.
He said, I'm crazy.
I am that
But
I am.
I know my true identity. I am that I am.
That's
You could
right.
never say I am and not referring to yourself. You could never say me and not referring to yourself. Say, if you believe in God, believe also in me.
Yes.
Because I am God. I and God are one.
Yes.
For God and man are one. God have no eyes without my eyes.
That's right.
No nose without my nose.
That's right.
No mouth, no ears, nothing.
Yes.
Everybody, I don't want to continue, but I was listening.
Yeah, but I still am. When I cut, you could have them thing. No problem. Just read on the next verse.
Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction, and to keep themselves unspotted from the world.
So then here,
That's right.
I'm going to teach you true religion now. I'm going to teach you real religion.
Yeah.
So show you real religion is not taken from the people.
That's right.
It is given to the people. So when you talk about the fatherless and so on, it ain't mean literal that they didn't have a father, because everybody who born in this world, they have to have a father.
That's right.
And they have to have a mother. But when you talk about widow, you say you lost your husband. Who's your husband? Your higher mind.
Yeah.
Your governing mind. The mind that's supposed to be governing you. The power that's supposed to be governing you. You lost that. So you're hurt psychologically. Because everything had to first be what? A thought. Everything had to first be imagined. Yes. So when you talk about all of these hurt people they're supposed to visit them, it ain't mean going by people's house like a Jehovah's Witness, trying to teach them Bible and you can't feed them. It is talking about a man who can bring a word to you that can feed you physically, psychologically, and spiritually. Right. So meeting all your needs, making you whole, making you a whole man.
Holy. Whole.
Bringing you to a higher self.
That's right.
Bringing you to be a full-fledged human being and taking you out of your animalistic existence, living in just the five senses, going around like a monkey.
Yeah.
And when I say monkey, I'm not talking about the literal animal monkey. I'm talking about you going around with a tail, a T-A-L-E, on your back, coiled up on your back, which is a burden.
Yeah.
Don't you know religion is a burden?
Yes.
It's a tail you're carrying on your back that make you a monkey.
Yeah.
So a lot of people is vexed with me when I call them monkey, when I say you're a black monkey and you have a monkey brain.
Yeah.
I don't mean to hurt you, I'm telling you the truth. You're carrying on a tail.
Yeah.
Believing in a literal man who existed 2,000 years ago and believing that all the angels were white and all the disciples were white and do not know that the disciples is your discipline.
Yeah.
12 powers of man, the 12 powers that is in you, and so on, and you don't know these things and you do not know that a disciple is a follower and what follow you wherever you go, it is your thoughts.
Yes.
Knowing that an angel is a messenger and what bring message to you and from you is your thoughts. When you don't know that you're gonna wrong, you're like a monkey. You're living in justified senses. You're going around with this tail curled up on your back and carrying all of these burden and crying, poor me, not knowing that you're rich and that you're born rich, knowing that you're great.
Yes.
So my brother and my sisters, all I'm doing here is teaching you how to come into your greatness. Now, so with that being said, now I want to teach you the mirror technique, how you can use the mirror to manifest and how you can use it to manifest whatever you want in this world. It could be more money, it could be a better position at your work, it could be a walk, it could be anything. Is your desire. I'm not gonna tell you what to have on your mind to do in terms of desire. You have to know your desire, and you're not gonna tell it to anyone, you know, but you alone have to do it. And you write down your desire. You write it down and you read it. You make sure to read your desire at night before you go to bed, and at mornings when you wake up you read your desire, and then you take another step. You go in the mirror and look at yourself in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you're actually looking at the spirit man. You're looking at that reflection. You're looking at the invisible man. But because they are one, if you touch yourself, you find in the mirror you're touching the invisible man. Because the invisible man is the man behind the mask.
That's right.
And then they turn around and give you Christmas. Not knowing that's Christ. You are the Christ behind the mask. The body here is the mask.
That's right.
And so they're making a clown out of you. So you look in the mirror, my brother and my sisters, with the concept that you're looking at God, you're looking at the image and likeness of God, and that God is the creator, and you're going to create whatever you are.
That's right.
So you go and you look yourself. But you have to, when you look yourself in the face, you have to have love. So if you are struggling in that area, I will encourage you one thing to do first before you're going to attempt the technique to manifest is to use the mirror and always look into the mirror and repeat, I love myself. I love you. Or call your name and say, I love you. I love you. I accept you. I embrace you. Talk to that self. Love yourself. Tell yourself how great you are. Tell yourself how blessed you are. Tell yourself how grateful you are. Always be thankful for everything. Don't be no beggy. Religion teach you to be a beggy.
That's right.
But when we know who we are, we don't beg, we command.
That's right.
We speak things into being. So I'm teaching you how to use this science. Because it's all a science. So you look yourself in the mirror and speak to yourself. Love yourself first. And then when you do that, then you now can look in the mirror.
All you desire.
And speak what you desire and see yourself have it. So when you speak it, see yourself have it. So if it's a certain vehicle you want to drive, you have to be specific. Don't go in the mirror and say you want a vehicle. Because you could get any old vehicle. You could get a vehicle that's giving you problem every Monday.
Yeah.
Don't just look in the mirror and say you want a certain husband, a certain you just want a husband or you want a wife. You have to be definite with God, who is the higher self. You have to give all the conditions that you're looking for. And when you don't specify that in the mirror, you do it time after time and night after night. And then when the desire leave you, you just drop it. And leave it alone.
Yes.
And you know, whether you do not know, the universe is going to bring everything together and make it a reality in your life. So my brother and my sisters, the power is in your hand. Therefore, I'm encouraging you to use the mirror technique to manifest your every desire. By first of all, learning that you must first learn to be a doer and not just a hearer. So that being said, my brother and my sister, I want to thank you very much for this message, and I would have given you enough food to chew on, enough nutrition for you to apply and use in your life and to receive the results. Now, this message I bring to you, I always want to remind you that this message is a single eye message of self-realization. And if you've been blessed by this message, I'm encouraging you to like, subscribe, comment, or share this message. And also to follow me on Instagram at Black Mad Guru. And also to check out our Patreon. We want to start posting up soon on our Patreon for our Patreon. So if you think that you need to be a patron to see this work continue in the way it has been going, and I'm very much grateful of the way how it's been going, I may encourage you, you can comment and say it and so on, so we can start to upload certain work and the Patreon for you also, so you'll be receiving a service and the Patreon that you might not get here listening to me right now. Okay, I'll do additional things for you and the Patreon as long as you become a patron. So I want to thank you very much, and as I always said, this single eye message of self-realization is written in Matthew 6:22, where it says, if I be single, your whole body would be full of light. And hadn't it been that I would have had that experience and became invisible, I wouldn't have been here. I always putting my hand on my crown chakra and saying to you that when you have the experience, you will experience that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that is the dawning of a new day in your life. For without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. Therefore, the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And the sun is what powers all of humanity. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power, which is your solar power, your creative power, to achieve your every desire. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all. I'm out.